This video is kindly brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to create a beautiful online presence. Hi, my name's Janelle and welcome back to Rosery Apparel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing a step-by-step tutorial on how to make this dreamy shirred dress. I've made a number of shirred dresses for my wardrobe in the past, and like those other dresses, this dress is made from just 4 rectangles of fabric, but with just a few tweaks to those rectangles, I've managed to set the sleeves in nicely to the bodice, which just makes this dress feel so nice and secure, and there's definitely no chance of these sleeves slipping off the shoulders. So without further ado, let's get into it and let me show you how to make this amazing shirred dress. For this project, I'm using approximately 3 meters or 3.5 yards of this lovely embroidered cotton fabric. The plan is to make my dress as long as I possibly can with the amount of fabric I have. So as I mentioned, this dress is going to be made up of 4 rectangles of fabric. 2 rectangles to make up the main body of the dress and 2 rectangles to make up the sleeves. To figure out the measurement for the width of the main body rectangle, simply measure your bust as tightly as possible. This measurement on its own will be the width of the main rectangles. For me, it measured to be approximately 75 centimeters or 29.5 inches. And just for clarification, my hips are a lot wider than my bust measurement, and this measurement will end up being doubled once the 2 main body rectangles are sewn together. Then simply make the length of the rectangle however long you'd like your dress to be. I decided to make mine about 112 centimeters or 44 inches long, as I want this dress to be kind of like an extra long midi length. Also, don't forget to add approximately 5 centimeters or 2 inches extra to your length for hemming. Then mark out these rectangle measurements directly onto your fabric with a water erasable pen or some tailor's chalk and cut them out. Now to figure out the measurements for the sleeve rectangles. Measure your shoulder from underarm to underarm and then double this measurement. This measurement will be the width of the sleeve rectangle. Then again, make the length of the sleeves however long you'd like them to be. I made mine about 50 centimeters or 20 inches long, and the finished sleeve ended up being just below my elbow, which I think looks really nice. This time, make sure to also add about 7 centimeters or 2 3/4 inches extra to the length for hemming. I already included this in the 50 centimeters of my sleeves. Once you've cut out the sleeve rectangles, fold them in half lengthways and cut a triangle that measures approximately 10 by 15 centimeters or 4 by 6 inches out of the side like this. I found it easiest to mark out the triangle directly onto the fabric and then cut it out. And your sleeve rectangles should now look a little something like this. I will be, of course, adding pockets to my dress, and if you'd like to as well, then cut 4 pocket pieces from some leftover fabric using my free pocket template that you can find a link to in the description below this video. And we now have all the pieces cut out, ready to finally start making this dress. Start by taking the 4 pocket pieces and overlock or zigzag stitch along the curved edges to prevent them from fraying. Next, take the main fabric rectangles and with right sides together, place the pockets approximately 28 centimeters or 11 inches from the top edge of the rectangle along each side of each rectangle. Stitch the pockets in place like this. Once stitched, overlock or zigzag stitch along the raw side edges. Then again with right sides together, place the 2 rectangles together and match up the pockets. Then stitch the 2 rectangles together like this. Once stitched together, hem the bottom and top edges of the main dress body by folding and pressing the edges in by about 1 centimeter or half an inch twice. Then stitch these folded edges in place. Now it's time to start the shirring phase. To figure out how much shirring you're going to need, measure from just above your bust to about 2.5 centimeters or about an inch below your bust. For me, that measurement was approximately 20 centimeters or 8 inches, but it can honestly be as long as you want. To shirr fabric, you're going to need some shirring elastic, and I'll have a link to the exact elastic I use down in the description below. Start by hand winding the shirring elastic onto the bobbin of your sewing machine. Then place your bobbin into your sewing machine as normal, but change up your machine settings slightly. I personally find that by changing the stitch length to 3.5 when it's usually 2.5, and changing the tension to 6 when it's usually 4 works best for my machine. I've shared a whole video on how to shirr fabric, which I'll also have a link to down in the description below. Then keep stitching rows of shirring, making sure to line up your machine's presser foot to the previous row of stitches to ensure the rows are nice and straight and consistent until you have stitched enough shirring to cover your bust measurement. Once the shirring is complete, I recommend steaming the shirring with your iron, as this helps to shrink the shirring elastic even further. And while you're at it, give your shirring rows a good press with your iron. And the main body of the dress is complete, and it's time to start working on the sleeves. But before we do that, let's just take a quick break to talk about the sponsor of this video. This video has been very kindly sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to create a beautiful online presence and launch your passion project. Whether you'd like to start making and selling your own products, create a beautiful portfolio to showcase your work, write a blog, or simply create any website of any kind, you can design and create your dream website all by yourself with Squarespace. You simply select from their range of beautifully designed templates, and then you can change up the template as much or as little as you like. You can add absolutely everything you will ever need to your website in order to run your business smoothly. One thing I love about Squarespace is how easy it is to use. The templates you can choose from are so aesthetically beautiful, and like I mentioned, you can customize them as much as you like to make them your own, and it's all done with this really easy to use drag and drop feature that means you can just simply add whatever you need to your website with just a few clicks, no background or knowledge needed in coding whatsoever. Another cool thing about Squarespace is that you can use it for e-commerce, so if you're looking to sell products online like I do, it is a great option. They have so many features to help you manage your store and track your sales, and overall just make the whole process of selling products, both digitally or physically, so stress-free and easy. So if you'd like to create a beautiful website of your own, then make sure you head to squarespace.com and take advantage of their free trial so you can test out just how easy it is to use for yourself. And then when you're ready to launch your beautiful new website, head to squarespace.com/Rosery Apparel for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you so much, Squarespace, for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to the tutorial. Now to make the sleeves, take the rectangles we cut out earlier and start by folding the top of the sleeve in by about 1 centimeter or half an inch, and then fold it in again by about 4 centimeters or 1.5 inches. Then stitch this folded edge in place. This creates a casing for some elastic. Next, take some 10mm or half an inch wide elastic and cut 2 lengths that sit comfortably over your shoulder. For me, that was approximately 22 centimeters or 8.5 inches. Then, using a safety pin, thread these lengths of elastic into the casings we just made on the sleeves. Pin the end of the elastic in place if you need to while you're threading it through. Then once thread all the way through, stitch the elastic ends to the sleeve using a zigzag stitch like this. And your sleeve rectangles should now look a little something like this. Next, with right sides together, fold the sleeves in half and stitch them along the sides like this. And again, overlock or zigzag stitch the raw edges to prevent them from fraying. Then hem the bottom edge of both sleeves. To give the sleeves a bit of shape, we're going to be adding a little bit of shirring to the ends of the sleeve. So once again, wind some shirring elastic onto your bobbin and set up your sewing machine for shirring. Then sew 4 rows of shirring starting approximately 5 centimeters or 2 inches from the bottom edge of the sleeve. The shirring should elasticate and gather up the bottom of the sleeve slightly, giving it a really nice ruffled finish. Repeat this process until you have 2 finished sleeves. Now it's time to actually attach the sleeves to the main part of the dress. To set the sleeves into the bodice nicely, we'll be cutting a triangle from the sides of the main dress rectangle. Simply lay one of the sleeves onto the dress bodice and cut the same triangle shape from the main dress using the sleeve as a template. Then repeat this for the other side. If you've steamed and pressed your shirring nicely, then it won't come undone once cut at all. Then with right sides together and matching the side seams and the triangle shape together, pin the sleeves to the bodice. The sleeves should fit perfectly into the cutout section of the bodice. Then stitch the sleeves in place. And your beautiful shirred dress is now complete. So, how does it look? So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you do have a go at making a dress just like this one, then I would love to see it. So please make sure you tag me at Rosery Apparel when you share your photos on Instagram so I can see your beautiful shirred dresses. And if you did enjoy this video, it would really mean a lot to me if you could give it a like, and feel free to subscribe to my channel for more sewing type videos like this one. Thank you so much for watching this video until the very end, and I'll see you in the next one.